Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are here. Have you ever felt you were different, deep divers? Like, I'm not from this world kind of different? Like, wake up in the morning and think, gosh, what am I doing here kind of different? How to recognize you're an indigo. Let's just woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Oh yes, we are breathing in that good ass prana. Shout out to everybody who's been getting the merch at ralphsmart.com/clothes. Okay, stay fresh, stay fresh, stay fresh. Now, I got a great question that came in. Ralph, how can I recognize I'm an indigo? I've always felt different, like I'm not from planet Earth. And I meet a lot of indigos, a lot of people who know that they aren't the same as everybody else. Deep divers. Have you ever woke up one day and think, gosh, did I land on the wrong planet? We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So let me share with you what's helped me along my journey recognize I'm an indigo. Now, you have to know about Nancy Ann Tappy, the parapsychologist in the 60s and 70s, who coined that term indigo because she had synesthesia, that's where sounds are colors, colors are sounds. Pharrell has that. Pharrell, I'm still waiting for a beat. Let's do it. Okay. And she noticed that the children being born had an indigo aura. And a lot of them came in to really raise the vibration of the planet. And ever since that, a lot of people have felt that indigo energy within themselves. They went on to have children, the indigos. They are the crystals who had children. They are the rainbows. Okay. So I've always known I was an indigo. And how did I recognize this? Because I didn't fit in. Like at school, I didn't fit in. At work, I didn't fit in. At nature, I did fit in. Yay. Okay. Many indigos have a hard time fitting into society. But what's helped me along my journey is to realize if you don't fit into society, it means you are here to create a new one. What? Slow motion this side. Okay, have you ever felt out of place? That's how to recognize that actually you might be vibrating at a different frequency. I remember at school when everybody was just talking, they were just talking about mainstream stuff. And I was thinking like, how did we get to planet Earth? Okay. You're an indigo. When you have big questions like that, okay? What are we doing here? How did we get here? Who created human beings, right? You're an indigo. Now, indigo, free spirit, we hear these expressions, okay? We are all divine. We are all made from the same fabric as the universe. It's just that living in this 3D matrix, a lot of us, we have amnesia. The indigos are aware that this is Maya, the illusion world, right? So indigos are no different or special than anybody else. It's just that they are awake, woke. They remember who they are, right? How to recognize you're an indigo. I knew along my early journey, I never felt quite normal. Okay, because I remember watching the television, which tells lies to your vision, one day, and I was telling my mom like, oh, it's so made up, it's fake, it's acting, because everybody else in the room was taking it like so seriously. And I'm like, it's just an act. And then I'm like, actually, this whole thing is one massive act, one massive play. Okay, Shakespeare said, the whole world is a stage and we are all actors. And I'm like, yeah, that's so true. So I'm like, I never actually felt quite normal because I remember as a child, people would try and get me to do normal stuff, and I felt weird. I felt like an alien as a child. If you felt like an alien, you're an indigo, okay? You see, many indigos are HSP, highly sensitive people. Many indigos are the artists. They are the healers of the planet. They are the empaths. These are people who feel more than most people. Many indigos can feel the energy upon entering a room. They like sense everything out, like they know a person's vibes. Okay? They are incredibly sensitive. And if you are someone who is very sensitive to energies, you are an indigo, because that's a classic trait of the indigos that Nancy Ann Tappy found out in the 70s. Many people in this 3D matrix have become desensitized. In other words, out of touch with their emotions. Indigos are highly in touch with the energy in motion, their emotions. Okay, so what's helped me along my journey is to realize being an indigo is actually an incredible gift. And over time, I've learned how to embrace it. I see it as a superpower. And I know what it's like, because to recognize you're an indigo, your early journey is probably very, very overwhelming. Very overwhelming, because you are so sensitive. Like if someone is angry, you kind of take it personally, okay? But over time, I'm like, actually, it is so amazing to feel. Just remind yourself, true strength is in vulnerability. What? Slow motion this side. And also true strength is in, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. What are those? Look, beautiful deep divers, how to recognize you're an indigo. Many indigos, and I'm talking from personal experience, have a hard time accepting authority. And that's me. That's a story of my life, okay? Somebody will tell you to do this, and you're like, why? Why? Like, why? Look, many indigos see the gods and goddesses in themselves. They see the god in themselves. You see the goddess in yourself, okay? You realize that the power is you. That's what the Wizard of Oz was all about. That's what Alice in Wonderland was all about. When you go deep down the rabbit hole, you start to realize that the secret is you. We are the ones we are waiting for. So I started to realize I'm an indigo, because why do we have governments? Government means governmental, to govern your mind. You are supposed to be leading yourself. Okay? So when I was really young, reading Krishnamurti, who said, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Ever wondered why we have leaders? He also said that. That's how to know you're an indigo, when you have questions like that. Have you ever wondered why we have leaders? I'm not a guru. I don't lead people. What do I do then? I live my life, and if it helps you become your greatest version, I've served my purpose. But I'm not here to control you and govern you. Okay? I'm a guide. And that's why I'm attracting and inspiring so many millions of people. So you know you're an indigo when you're not into dogma. You're not abiding by rules, laws, and boundaries. You are creating your own rules, your own laws, right? And that's why many indigos have a very, very hard time being in organized religions. They embrace universal spirituality. And that's what I do. Okay. We are literally stardust. We are stardust, in fact. Okay? The nitrogen in our DNA. Okay? The iron in our blood was all made in the interior of collapsing stars. Carl Sagan, thanks a lot. He reminded me, actually, I am an indigo, okay? I love Carl Sagan. Look, how to recognize you're an indigo. 7-day vegan challenge. Shout out to everybody who is juicing up, who is eating the most delicious chia seed porridge right now with dates inside. Ooh. Apricots on top. Ooh. Dried mango on top. Ooh. You like how I say that? Ooh. Right? When you're eating good, that's all you want to say. Ooh. Okay? I realized this, that I knew I was an indigo because I was sensing the energy of every single food I was consuming. I've been a vegan for over 13 years and it has changed my life. A lot of people say, Ralph, are you tired? Have you lost your mind? Can I get a hello there? I'm just getting started, baby. Because we ain't even had breakfast yet. I've always got energy. So I realized I was an indigo because along my early journey, I'm like, I could feel animals, like what they were going through. And I'm like, I never ever want to harm any other animal again. So I stopped eating meat, dairy. Best decision I've ever made, because a lot of indigos are vegetarian, vegans, raw foodists. Why? Because to be an indigo means you are sensitive. You care about all life, not just human life, but all life. I've been to a farm. I've actually seen a cow being killed right in front of me. It was terrible. I never wish anybody to see that. And at that point, I started to realize, human beings, we are in big trouble on the planet because what we do onto animals is also being done onto us. What? Slow motion this side. So I made the change. And I started to stuff a whole load of grapes in my mouth, full of anthocyanins and antioxidants. Being an indigo is all about having compassion. If you are someone with a lot of compassion for animals, you stare at your dog for like 30 minutes every single day just in the eyes, and the cat down the road too, you're an indigo. If you love not just your dog and your cat, but also a pig and a sheep and a goat and a chicken, you're an indigo, right? I've met a lot of indigos who have farms specifically just to care for animals. Right? How cool is that, right? So shout out to everybody who's gone vegan, who's doing the 7-day vegan challenge. And even if you're not there, shout out to you. Even if you're not there, shout out to you, because we still love you. The cat down the road and I still love you. I still love you. I still love you. Look, how to recognize you're an indigo. Now, what's helped me along my journey is to realize this, that, you see, I used to work with people with ADHD, autism, and I'm like, I studied psychology and criminology, but I've always had a hard time with labeling people as autistic or having ADHD. I say ADHD stands for attention dialed into higher dimensions, right? Because I've worked with them for years, people with ADHD, autism, bipolar, and I've realized that as society, if we don't understand something, we just throw a label on it. And it's the same with indigos. You know you're an indigo if you've always been labeled as eccentric, crazy, okay? And for me, what I realized was actually, I'm not crazy. I'm not weird. I'm not strange. I'm just me. Right? And even an indigo is just a label, but it really means that you are an infinite being. You are an infinite being tuned into higher consciousness. So I started to realize that you know you're an indigo if you've always been labeled growing up as ADHD, ADD, autism, right? Bipolar. Because many indigos are highly creative, highly expressive, and sometimes, quite frankly, society doesn't know what to do with them. Okay? How to recognize you're an indigo. You have a difficulty following routine. Now, I've seen this along my journey. I grew up an indigo, so I know what I'm talking about. Clocks were strange to me. Right now, I have no watch on because a watch, for me, is slavery. Okay? Like, it's an illusion. Time is an illusion. Why wear a watch? Slow motion this side. Okay, I don't wear a watch because I'm an indigo. If I get a watch, it's going to say, the time's going to say now. I love those watches. If you make those watches, send one to me and get one for the cat down the road too while you're at it. Look, I always had a hard time like with the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday program. Ever wondered why people feel a certain way on Monday and then on Sunday? Because it's a program. And as an indigo, I always knew this. The calendars have been changed so many times. Okay? So many times. And man-made time is an illusion. And as an indigo, you realize that time is just an illusion. And many of us on the planet, we follow linear time. As indigos, we don't have time in the sequence. We are in the past, present, and future simultaneously. In other words, we are in the eternal now. And I've always realized that. Actually, time is not running out for me. I have as much time as I want because it doesn't even exist. That's how you know you're an indigo. If you're having thoughts like that, right? You got to question everything. Don't believe anything until it makes sense to you. Now, I've realized I was an indigo because I was always curious, like always taking things apart as a child, messing up the whole room, right? That's what I love to do. So that's why I have to make my own videos. I always produce my own videos. I produce my own content because I'm all about taking things apart. I'm always curious. I want to know how things work. Okay. And if that's you, that's a classic trait of being an indigo, because indigos are like the architect in the Matrix. We don't take things as at face value. We want to pierce the veil of the illusion. We want to go deeper. We want to see deeper. And we know there is deeper. So a regular person might just look at a house. An indigo will say, actually, look at the detail in that house. You start peeling away the layers of everything. And it's the same as society. I knew I was an indigo because walking through the city, you might just see shops, right? You might just see shops. I saw energy. Slow motion this side. And that's why they have so many buildings in these cities, is to actually stop the flow of energy. We'll talk about that later. Right? So I realized as an indigo, I was always paying attention to detail. I was always curious. I was always wanting to know. And if you are always someone who's wanting to know, that's a classic trait. You're an indigo. I'm special. Yes, you are special. So is the cat down the road. But seriously, if you've always felt you were the chosen one, you are the chosen one. If you've always felt you were really special and different, you're an indigo, because that's a classic trait of an indigo. And I've always realized I am very special. It's not that I'm better than anybody else, and indigos aren't better than anybody else. It's just that they know they are here for a specific reason. They know that they remember their true divinity. They know that most of what they have been told is a complete lie. So they choose to live free. Okay? How to recognize you are an indigo. It all starts with this. And what helped me along my journey was to realize, like, if I'm not helping humanity, inspiring humanity, I don't feel I'm doing service. I don't feel I'm doing my job. Because a lot of indigos, know they came to planet Earth for some serious business. In other words, to raise the vibration and the frequency of planet Earth. Many indigos, you'll find them on social media. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. If you look at their content on these social media platforms, you're going to find them all about helping people, inspiring people, awakening people, helping people awaken along their journey. And if you're someone who's doing that, shout out to you. Shout out to all the people on YouTube who are making inspiring content, helping humanity, helping people with issues. You're an indigo, because indigos love to help people, because that's our duty, to help raise the frequency of the planet. So beautiful deep divers, if you've always felt you were strange, you are. You're also special. You're also showing humanity that it's okay to be different. And once you do that, deep divers, well, you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers, we are just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. No, we are just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So, have an amazing day, beautiful deep divers. You are amazing. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. I was born different, Ralph. I know. We all were.